day here in South Texas, and I just wanted to come on and kind of share and document, I guess, like a day in the life. And I know a lot of you see and are always commenting that I'm always running away. I say that term casually, but yeah, I have to run away sometimes just to kind of hit that reset button, and that's exactly what I did yesterday. So I ran away for a little while and I went up to Corpus. I'm so blessed that I have a friend there that I have a key to her home, even though now she's living in Dallas. And so this time around, it was just me. The kids stayed at their grandma's house, and one was with a friend having a sleepover, and I was able to just kind of get away and clock out of my norm, and at the same time be able to kind of process and sink in everything that had gone on this past week. So I'm so blessed to have been able to do that. I'm already heading back home. I stopped at McDonald's to get some coffee, and I'm gonna get back to reality. So it wasn't a good time. I don't have too much video. I kind of wanted to share, but at the same time I needed to clock out of everything. Like I needed to be I just needed to be in my own little bubble. There was moments of, there was a lot of emotion through it all. And just a moment here. The loss of my husband has been so profound. He was my everything. He was my everything. He was my rock. He was my, we were a power couple. We got through whatever, anything that life threw at us, we got through it. We knew we were going to get through it. And though we were together for almost 13 years, it was probably in the last maybe 5 years that our faith, our bond, our love, our commitment to one another, like, there was no going backwards. There was no regressing to something else. There was no backsliding. We in that 13 years, and it wasn't perfect, y'all. We had a lot of bumps in the road. We both had pasts that we dealt with, and social circles. In my part, I was never married before, I never had children. But for me, it was more that the social circles that I hang out with, the life of the party, the social butterfly, kind of a free spirit. I feel like that hasn't changed about me, but obviously we had to tone it down. We were playing house officially, and we were, attached at the hip, as we would say. We weren't married for the first 6 years, but it was just a joyride altogether, and one that I don't regret at all. But yeah, all of the things that we went through, just give me a moment. We overcame a lot of obstacles, a lot of hurdles. Milton had children before we had our own, and he had, obviously 2 failed relationships, and just a lot of, emotional baggage that came with all that. I think both of us were just very broken. Nonetheless, that'll be something else that I'll talk about. But Sabrina had a sleepover set up for one of our friends' house, and Dom stayed at grandma's, and I was like, okay, well, this is going to be a great opportunity for me to, to be able to get away and to be able to just clock out. I'm so blessed to be able to work at home and to be able to be hands-on raising my children by myself, but I just needed to clock out. So what more perfect of a day than this one, or yesterday, last night, and today, because today is my UnBirthday, y'all. My UnBirthday. So yes, Milton and I celebrated an UnBirthday every year, which basically is a day away, another day set apart besides our biological or our real date of births. So Milton's UnBirthday is on November 2nd. This is going to be my 3rd UnBirthday without him. I feel a lot better. I think the first year was kind of like I didn't even tell anybody, and something nobody knew, right? Because it was just an extra day for us to purposely celebrate ourselves, our lives, and one another. I needed to reset reset. I did. I cleared my mind. I was in prayer. I just enjoyed being alone in a good, positive way. A lot of the times when I feel alone, I could be surrounded by people, and I feel so alone because, you know, the love of my life is not here anymore. And it's been almost 3 years, and I am going to make a video on that. I have had a lot of people over the last couple of months kind of be like, where are you? How are you with things? You know, what is your life update? Like, how are things going? Are you dating again? That kind of thing. So I'll probably make a video about that later on. But anyway, focus of this and my rambling, I'm sorry, is just to kind of share that sometimes we need to clock out. Doesn't matter how big the storm is, how big the tragedy is, or how small it might seem to other people. If you are overcoming a situation and you are in the crossroads of taking the paved way and what normally happens and just going with the flow and going with something because you're used to something, you're used to dealing with life a certain way, and then there's the road less traveled and you really don't know what's coming up against you, and you're going to be out of your comfort zone, and you're going to come across things that you've probably never, you know that you're bound to cross things that you've never had to deal with by yourself. But sometimes we just have to hit that reset button, and that will lift us up, and that will get all of that bad juju, all of that bad energy. For me, it was tears, and it was anger, and it was screaming at the top of my lungs because I was just so angry. My flesh was so distraught and so stressed out about all the times and all the things that I had to do. It was just mentally, emotionally exhausting to have to go to court and to have that, you know, that weight on me, have that responsibility of being Milton's voice. So, you know, it's over now, and at least that part of it, it's not completely over. He was such a huge part of my life, and he used to always tell me, that it wasn't about the first person that we loved in this world, but it's about the last one. And that always stayed with me. Even when he was here, I would think about him saying it. Of course, I wouldn't really voice it back to him. It was just kind of like just something that would come and linger in, and I would think about. And now, knowing that I was the last person that he loved, and he loved me so much and so well and so in such detail, like he adored me, and I can say that, like I am fully comfortable with saying that my husband adored me, and I was so blessed to have that. And so many people tell me all the time, like, the way he would look at you, the way he would talk to you, like, y'all never gonna find that again. And instead of being sad that I don't have that anymore, I'm glad that it happened, because so many people walk aimlessly in this world dealing with all kinds of tragedies and all kinds of baggage and chaos that has nothing to do with love, and they're lost, and they'll never be able, they're always looking to obtain and to fill that void, to find that love that's gonna fill in the crevices and fill in all the voids in your life that you've had. And you know, I believe that everyone has that type of love out there for them. There is many loves in this world. I don't believe like in love at first sight, or I don't believe in, you know, one true love for the rest of your life kind of thing. I think that people come into our lives and that we love them, and we acknowledge their potential and what they stand for in your life and their purpose. But you know, Milton was outstanding, and he was amazing, and he was caring, he was thoughtful, and he did sweet little things. Those were like finding flowers on without him telling me, or making me dinner, or sweeping and mopping the home for me, or doing laundry for me for like a week, and I didn't have to throw a load in the wash that whole week, and being like, whoa, you washed all week, like, thank you. Like, that was the way that he loved me. And so I'm rambling, and I don't even know where my focus was. Just that sometimes we just need to reset. Sometimes we need to hit the reset button, and we need to put ourselves in our own little bubble and absorb the reality of what we've gone through. Sometimes we just need to hit the reset button, whether it be a local park or an hour destination on an island, or in my case, I drove 2 hours. The driving therapy is amazing. I'll insert a couple of little clips of my driving, and it's just, for me, so freeing. It's when I don't have to answer my phone. I can use my little hands-free little, device here that I have to just record. Just little piece of therapy for me is just to be on a road and to be in my music. And usually my kids are settled in and guilty. First world problems. We're on tablets and iPhones, but I'm just so blessed that I'm able to do it. This is the second time that I'm able to do something like this for me, for just me, and there's no kids included. It's just myself. It was just me and the ocean and a city where people don't know who I am, where I walked into Walmart and nobody knew me, and I was just friendly and just social and myself, because sometimes I'm grieving and having a really rough day, and then I'll have a series of really good days, and then I'll run into somebody at Walmart and they'll say something like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I haven't seen you since here or there, and I'm so sorry that you went through this. I've been meaning to reach out to you," or "I'm not on Facebook, but I saw it on Channel 5, Channel 4, Telemundo," whatever the case may be. And it blesses me so much that almost 3 years later, people love Milton and people support me and pray for me and lift me up. But it's just so draining, guys, sometimes. And there's just sometimes where I don't want to wear a fake smile. I want my smile to be genuine, and I find myself having that genuine smile in a room full of people that I don't know already, that don't know my story, that don't know that I am a widow, that it's not the elephant in the room that, oh, she's Milton's wife, oh, she's Milton's widow. Just trying to push through, guys, and just trying to be a better person. I think that when we're able to clock out of our lives, even if it's just for an hour, if it's for a day, that we're able to just really let it all out and just leave it there, and then come back to reality, and it makes us a better mom, a better dad, a better employee, a better sibling, a better child to our own grown parents, just to be able to diffuse and reset and be able to come back in with a game face and with a new strategy. But my life seems like it's always at 90 miles an hour, and I just want to share more of it. I want to share my journey with dealing with life after loss, as I've said so many times before, because it's important, y'all. In this world, it is inevitable that we're going to lose somebody that we love, but it is so taboo to talk about it and to really deal with the emotions and the raw deal and the recovery process. And in my life and in my journey, I've lost so many people, but it wasn't until I lost my husband that I felt the need to be able to be transparent completely with what I'm going through and what I've been put against and the cards that I've been dealt, so that maybe somewhere it helps somebody. Maybe not dealing with loss as far as the death, but maybe the loss of a relationship, maybe the loss of a job, maybe the loss of just stability, comfort, whatever it may be. We all have our challenges, but just find your reset button. Take a couple of minutes, take a couple of days, take a couple of hours, something. Take time for yourself. Make time for yourself, because you're not going to find the time. We get stuck in the routine and the monotony of day in, day out, and you will not find the time that you want to reset yourself. You need to purposely make the time and take the opportunity and be spontaneous, and sometimes just get out of your mind and get out of all of your responsibilities and just breathe. So again, have an amazing weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.